This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shasheena Rolle. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topic news: after months of preparations and extensive promotions, the Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival was officially launched on Grand Bahama this past Friday. The two-day event was billed as a weekend of culture, fun, and excitement, and from all accounts, spectators were not disappointed. Tonight, those tasked with pulling off the mega show is thanking the Grand Bahama community for making this event a success. They call themselves the Dream Team, and after weeks of hard work, detailed planning, and lots of sleepless nights, they're pleased that the kickoff to the Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival has been a smashing success. Ginger Moxie leading the charge on Grand Bahama, she says she bought into the Prime Minister's vision, and with the right people on the team, they made it happen.
I got what he envisioned for it, as far as it being about community and being about culture. And I think that for Grand Bahama Island, because this is exactly what we wanted for our community, we were able to embrace it in that way. But he supported. I knew that he was supposed to travel the next day. He came on Friday, stayed the whole time, did the midnight rush, and he was supposed to leave on Saturday. But he stayed over for the entire time because, you know, it was just so, I think, satisfying because he was seeing his vision come to fruition.
Spokesperson for the Grand Bahama Carnival kickoff, Yolanda Hanna, says this has been an overwhelming experience, but makes one thing clear.
What we experienced on the 17th and 18th was the kickoff to Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival presented by BTC. It was not Junkanoo Carnival. I've heard a lot of feedback. Persons have had different responses as to what, different responses and opinions. It was not Junkanoo Carnival. The highlight of Friday and Saturday night was the Music Masters semi-finalist concert. Day 1 and day 2, giving those musicians that platform, showcasing them, giving them an opportunity to be seen as authentic Bahamian entertainers. That was the focus. And then celebrating entertainment, arts, culture, and of course Junkanoo.
ASP Clarence Brackley says there were no reported incidents as thousands of persons filled Tano Beach to take in the historic carnival festivity.
On Friday night, we estimate the crowd to be in the vicinity of 10,000, and on Saturday, double.
The Grand Bahama Carnival kickoff created an economic boost to the island. Vendor coordinator Shanika LaFleur says 40 food vendors and 13 arts and craft vendors were among those who benefited tremendously.
Many of them were sold out. We had a lot of our vendors that did on-site cooking, and they were so excited. They were so busy. I just passed by several booths, and they could hardly lift their heads where they were so excited with the movement of the people.
Moxie says without a doubt there has been a significant impact.
There's so many vendors. There's so many people that were brought on board to assist. There are the Junkanooers. Again, that's what gives us so much satisfaction, because again, still in the room next door, they are working, producing costumes, and many of them, they all were basically unemployed. And at this time, they're working, creating the most beautiful costumes for Road Fever in Nassau.
Well, as the government continues its call for more Bahamian to own businesses, a Bahamian couple whose name for decades has been synonymous with a number of major enterprises has taken up the challenge by expanding to the island of Abaco. A grand celebration was held there on Saturday, adding yet another dimension to one of the fastest growing economies in the Bahamas. Our Joan Davis Roll was there.
While Grand Bahama was celebrating the grand life at Carnival, here in Abaco there was a celebration of another kind as a new establishment opened its doors.
The pulsating sounds of Junkanoo echoed through the air as Abaco's buoyant economy got another significant boost as the highly successful and exclusive Prickle Patch chain officially opened its doors. The establishment, with a sterling reputation for providing distinctive home decor for persons with discriminating taste in the nation's capital, now occupies 2 floors in a new multi-million-dollar teachers and salaries complex in the Central Pines community of Dundas Town, Abaco. The ceremonial ribbon cutting for the new Prickle Patch by the proprietor's mother 82-year-old Leotha McPhee gave its owners another reason to celebrate while solidifying their stake in Abaco. In his official remarks, Member of Parliament for North Abaco and Parliamentary Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Renato Curry, with high praises for Bahamian investors Barry and Agnes Camp. He says this upscale investment is not only indicative of investor confidence, but in keeping with the government's challenge to all Bahamians.
It is indeed a privilege to be here today. It gives me great pleasure to be a part of this grand opening ceremony. And for me, it is an ecstatic occasion, recognizing the owners of this wonderful enterprise are individuals I've had the privilege of knowing for many and many years. I want to take this opportunity by extending my gratitude to the Camps family. Thank you for having the confidence to invest in our local economy. The Prime Minister's call to all Bahamians to invest in our national economy is indispensable and is certainly observed by our investment here today.
Senior Pastor of Change Ministries, Reverend Samuel Cornish, says the time has come for the entrepreneurial spirit to soar among Bahamians throughout this archipelago.
I want to say to Barry, thank you to you and Agnes for providing jobs in this community. In a time when so many people are looking for employment, you've become a part of the solution and not the problem. Because of what you've done, somebody is able to put food on their table. And that's what it's all about. I believe that we have come into a day where, and I don't want to sound biased or prejudiced, but blacks need to become owners instead of just working for people.
President of the Abaco Chamber of Commerce, Dennis Lightbourne, noting that an investment of this magnitude speaks volumes.
So on behalf of the Abaco Chamber of Commerce, I would like to welcome you to Abaco and welcome you to the business environment and economy that we believe is second in the Bahamas. Anyone here from Grand Bahama, we can talk later, okay? But honestly, when you look at the numbers and you look at the engine that drives our economy, I think you'll realize how strong and robust we are.
With a renewed vigor, Bahamians are now investing in the Bahamas, and this latest investment is indicative of what's to come for the northern island of Abaco. In Abaco, reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Joan Davis-Roll.
Thanks, Joan. Well, police in Bimini are investigating the circumstances that led to the death of a male visitor from India. Reports say the 35-year-old was taken to the government clinic around 12 a.m. Sunday morning with bruises about the body. He later succumbed to those injuries. The Indian visitor was taken to the clinic by two other male visitors to the island. Police are investigating the circumstances that has led to this man's death, and they're asking anyone with any information to contact officers in Bimini at 347-3144, police in Grand Bahama at 350-3106 through 12, 911 or 919, or call your nearest police station. Meantime, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs issuing a statement given the public interest in the reported passing of Bahamian musician Johnny Kemp. The ministry says the Bahamas honorary consul in Jamaica was notified by the Royal Jamaican Police Force that a fully clothed but unresponsive man was recovered by the Jamaican Maritime Police in the waters off One Man Beach, Montego Bay, Jamaica, in the parish of St. James. Now, identification in the clothing revealed the name Jonathan Kemp in a Bahamian passport. The honorary consul was asked by the next of kin to assist with the formalities in Jamaica associated with the discovery and the death. An autopsy is to be performed at a later date. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues right after this.